Live on the tube. Oh, where's your purse, I guess?
Right here, behind you.
Okay, thank you. Yo, free catch, Redshift. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Oh, you already took it out. The switch charger. Yo, is that the free catch Submarino Cappuccino? What is good? What is good? We are live. With quite a lot of news, honestly. There's a $10,000 tour that was just announced. Which is crazy. Right? Insane amount of money to be in a Pokemon Pocket tournament. Thank you. So I'm super excited for that. But also I got the Rigatoni Rambo, how to join. Yeah, so this is what we're going to talk about. This is what we're going to talk about for you guys, right? Some of you guys are like, $10,000 tour, how do I join? So let me, just one moment, turn on stuff to turn on my stuff to turn on other stuff. Boom. Thanks for introducing me to the Japanese X-Ball. No. Hell yeah. World's Prep is going great. I won Saturday. Saturday I went to my local. Because that's why I didn't play in the Earth today. I went to my local instead. I went to my local. I went 5-0 in Swiss. I saw that it was getting really late, so I just dropped. I went 5-0 in Swiss, made cut. Didn't want to play cut, just left. Felt super good for Worlds. That's on Pidgeot EX Sylveon. That's a lot of cards. Probably okay. Not that great, but probably okay. Worse than Greninja for sure. But yeah. Anyway, chat. There's a lot. There is a double deck pocket tournament hosted by Ursi. That is going to be kind of crazy, right? Everyone from top 32 gets paid. Top 32 gets a little bit of the dosh. You don't even have to be that good. They also have like a little use one of these cards for extra prize. That's kind of funny. But if you guys aren't familiar with double deck format, I don't think they have it up yet. But you're gonna have to submit 2 deck lists. And no Pokemon will be shared amongst the 2 deck lists. Only the deck list on day 2 you must, yeah. For some reason you can't submit both decks yet. I thought you were playing at Ursi. I had Worlds Prep, so I couldn't play in the Ursi today. I had Worlds Prep, and then I went to Seattle for a food tasting, which was really, really cool. I was in Seattle for this entire weekend. I'm going to play. It's going to be hard, because like this is like, I'm road tripping to the World Championships this weekend. But I have to play in something like this, right? So it's going to be like really, really awkward. Yeah, we went to like a tasting menu. My friend was hosting a tasting menu, and I had so many things from like miso soup to like fried rice to like these like nori hash browns. And then we had like, it was just so good. The Redshift Submarino was also so good. These pancakes, oh my god, this was like a pina colada souffle pancake. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. This is the menu for the tasting. I was so fed. I was so happy. Literally would do it again. Tasting menus are sick. Did you see that I made top 7 in the I didn't see that. Congrats. Super big congrats. I haven't like I said, this weekend I was not touching Pokemon Pocket because I was out. I was traveling. I was touching the G word. So I haven't gotten a chance to really analyze the Ursi Day yet. I did drop a video on the Baby Dark deck, and I mentioned the Ursi Day tournament a little bit, but I haven't really had a time to check. And here we see is Pokecatcher using the OG list. This is sick. Whenever you're ready for it, new meta list is in DMs now. I guess tier list later is going to be in the video description. I do see it. Tier list later. Hell yeah. So yeah, there's a lot we're gonna talk about. I'm even gonna be playing a pretty fun deck on stream today. Cause there was one deck that caught my eye. What's good, Mashu? One like freaky deaky deck that caught my eye. And it was this deck over here. That was played by Harian. I don't know if it was played by Ignacio as well. It was not fully played by Ignacio. It is this deck. Harian's known for making pretty good decks, and like getting a little freaky with it. And this is an example of playing a deck and getting a little bit freaky with it. Yeah, I want to play it, so I'm super excited. That's going to be the deck that we're playing. Espeon Apology Waiting Room. I guess that is for the tier list later. If you're looking for the Espeon Apology, stick around. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to play. I'm super excited. The double deck $10,000 format is going to be super cool. This is, I think, the future of pocket tournaments. All pocket tournaments should be double deck. I think it's better. It's what's going to differentiate itself. Imagine if Sylveon didn't exist for real. Espeon is good because of its matchups right now. There's going to be a lot. Like I said, there's going to be so much yapping, so much capping even. Hell yeah. I can't wait to... But, I saw this Flareon deck yesterday. It was so interesting. Surely 2 Magby. Correct. It is going to be 2 Magby. Let me connect my phone. And yeah, we're gonna thank you again, Frey, for gathering them, even though you've been on your little pocket sabbatical. Sure, but I'm super excited, super excited. No cap in my yap. So tier list is gonna come out later. Let me just put that in the description of the YouTube side. No, actually, I don't need to put that in the description of the YouTube side. YouTube side is gonna get music though, because you guys don't have music right now. So YouTube, you guys are going to listen to nostalgic Pokemon music for when you have to handle things. So if you have to handle anything right now, this music is for you. There you go. Yo, hello, ETH. Today's tournament, so many EV boxes. Let me check today's tournament. Frog EX, right? They're playing it all the way. There's quite a few Eevee boxes. Yep, a lot of Darkrai. I already have. I know. Is Timo using the deck? Yep, bro's using the deck. Has Cape over something, which you can look at when it comes to Harian's build. Oh, probably. Oh, only one Flareon. Okay. I don't hate that. I think that I was concerned about the amount of healing in the deck. So I'm with it. No Pichu. Well, yeah, Pichu's not supposed to be in the deck. Harian just didn't have a Magpie for the tournament. You should not play Pichu in this deck list. It doesn't make sense to play Pichu in this deck list. Yeah. Do not worry. Okay, what are we going to? I need to go on to Let's View. Yeah. So let's build out this deck. And let's make it swaggery. Can you play some Don't Tap the Glass so that Tyler, the creator, can come down and shoot me? There's a ton of Eevee boxes. It's pretty sick. But yeah. Hold up, I didn't full screen it. Boop. Is this the Macargo string to top? Hell no. 10K tournament is 2 deck lists. Yes, it's Conquest format. If you're familiar with the Conquest format, it is 2 decks. They cannot share the same Pokemon. So you can't do Sylveon Swap. You can't play 2 decks with Sylveon Swap. You have to play 2 decks with distinct Pokemon. And then... No! Home Slice! Macargo makes me rage. I have a special rant saved up later. Who's hosting the tourney? Ursi, of course. The Pocket Goat. Let's see, what deck are we deleting today? Garchomp, thank you for your service. Yeah, so here's my thing with why I think that this should be the meta for future tournaments, even online, is because I think we should differentiate ourselves from the TCG. And you can't go to a tournament with a double deck in the real life TCG, but in Pocket, you can do a double deck format. Limitless is finally going to support that, which I think is super, super cool. So there's a few reasons why I also want to play this deck, because I'm not slick. I have 2 full art Magbies. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2. Oh, not the collect ones. There is no reason number 2. Silverleaf Darkrai does, and it's really nice. Here's my secret to finding evolutions. You just put Eon, and you can find them. So I only have 1 Flareon, so I'm going to try the 1 Flareon version. Just due to not having it. And I don't want to pack point it. So if anyone wants to trade me, if anyone has a spare Flareon, let me know. I only have 1. Yeah, that's kind of crazy that I don't have it. No Mars, they're playing Silver. Silver's insane, but I have so many thoughts about Sylveon. Some people have 14. Jaretzel might have it, yeah. Jaretzel's in my friends list, so I'll just Yort from Jaretzel. I'm currently trying to, so I've been like getting my friend into the game, and I want him to play in the Pocket, the 2 deckless tournament. And I'm like, yo, how many Darkrai Giratinas do you have? He has 0 Darkrai, 0 Giratina. And I like fell to my knees. I was like, is that possible? Yo, Snoopy, 24 months? 12 times 2 is 24 divided by 2. That's 12 divided by 1. 12, that's 1 times 2. 2 years? That's crazy. Yeah, I told them I'm hitting up with the trades. But, like, it was just crazy to me. I have the 2 Louis Vuitton bags. That's the other reason why I want to play this deck. I have to find Silver. I put Silver in the deck list. Alright. Let me grab the Sleazy. I haven't done a trade. Imagine having 2 Louis Vuitton bags. Goodbye, Butterfree. Oh my god, it's only 1200 stamina to trade. That's so good. Is building decks similar to team building in VGC? No, it's harder to build team build in VGC. In card games, there's very clearly a strong hierarchy of decks. So like, and there's also, because it's 20 cards, it's very easy to like stick into a mold to build out a deck. And because card games are more designed with competition in mind, card games are, yeah, you have cards meant to work with each other. Yeah, they had 2 Oricorios though. So like they just like, they're like a super casual, but like they're willing to learn. I tried getting to VGC last. VGC has way more variables, exactly. So it's super easy to get into Pocket. We're gonna introduce EVs to Pocket. What's an EV gonna do in Pocket? EV training your cards to your hand. EV train your hand to draw more. Is that what we're doing? There is net decking, yeah, like that's still a thing. Do not. Alright, we got red. We got the deck all ready and EV'd out. There's so many Eevee sleeves, I just realized. Bro, they love Eevee. Did they only put 5? I had to read it. We need Budu in pocket. Would Budu even be good in pocket? I don't even think Budu would be good in pocket right now. Items aren't really... I feel like it wouldn't be that good in pocket. Maybe, I mean, it'll be good eventually. 2 baby Florons, correct. The other version that someone's using to great success in this tournament so far, they lost in the top 32 to Sylveon Arceus EX. But this guy ended up losing in the tournament as well. That's sad. Can never have too many EVs, but yeah. I love how the deck cover changes now. I do agree. There's a lot of quality of life changes. I think we should talk about that. There was a lot of quality of life changes. But yeah, there's so many Eevee sleeves. Like, wasn't there the Glaceon sleeves as well that we could have gotten if you were about that bag? I kind of regret not getting the Glaceon and Leafeon sleeves. New video about the body snatcher. Darkrai, baby. Can you show that list I just mentioned? Yeah, this guy here. You think we might get 3 mini sets and then A5 for the 1st anniversary? That would be kind of crazy. But yeah, this is this interesting Sylveon variant. You can play this without new cards. I think it's kind of funny. What do you think about letting content creators assign limited amount of cards every month to share them? I would love that. I talked about this, right? I think that I would love for Pokemon Pocket to like get more involved with like the community, have like content creators like show cards, you know, show off cards to like reveal them. Would be pretty cool. But anyway, where we last left off, as you see, I have not been playing because World Championships is consuming my life. The World Championships is in 2 weeks now. That is 10 days, less than 2 weeks, 10 days. There's a Ursiday announced a $10,000 double decker tournament. Yeah, since it's mostly about opening packs. Anyway, you guys are trying to see how this deck... stop talking about how soon Worlds is. Akira! Akira! I think it's just I'm a toasty toss to the homie. I can't wait for Vegas either. I'm an agreeer. Ugh. 12 streaking right now with Sylve Ninja. That makes sense. I think Sylve Ninja is really good. Can't believe how soon the glass tapping is. Don't tap the glass. Ah! Ow! Okay. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm just thinking about what I'm doing. Cause can I just attack here? I'm safe to just click tackle, right? I'm safe to just click tackle, and that's pretty fine. But maybe it's not. I should just toasty toss. I think this is fine. I'm getting red carded. That's like whatever. Because I'll eventually get the goats. Yeah, this is like whatever. Goodbye, Magby. Thoughts and prayers to Magby. Don't mag the bee. Don't mag the bee. Don't mag the bee. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna Pokeball. And then I'm gonna Professor's Research. And then I'm gonna win the game. Gonna win the game. Hitorame. I think playing them is fine. I should have maybe silvered in case they're holding cards. I think that's the only thing I should have done differently. I've used both researches. I have 2 Florons. And then I have... They have Darkrai. Interesting. TRG? Oh my god, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off! Let me see what's in your hand. Sometimes I be digging up my own butt. Wait. Do I just win with Sabrina then? I guess I could have just won with Sabrina. But I think I purposely didn't do that. Because I think Sabrina would have worked. But the issue of what I was mostly afraid of there is... I forgot. Oh, I just want to see what was in their hand. But clearly they bricked. Flareon discards energy, so it synergizes with Flareon. That's true. Shout out to the I'm Not VEC, synergizing with me. Also, you can tell how many energies in the grave. Yeah, exactly. Genjutsu dropping some knowledge in the YouTube chat. Yo, Jake Seuss. What is good? What is good? Oh, is Valden? Valden's still locked in with EV Box. I love that. I believe that Jody tries his best, he can make Master Ball. I can't make any promises. Master Ball is really hard to make, guys. Is this Harian's deck? Correct. Don't tap the glass. Akira! Oh my god, I got hoed. I'm getting red carded. What are my thoughts about this? Who should I evolve into Flareon? Who should I evolve into Flareon? The EX? It's the EX. They both die to one hit. Toasty Toss! The guy, but not Macargo, the tiers. Oh, when I make this tier list video, I have thoughts on Macargo. What are they doing? What are they doing? Are they just repelled me into beating them? Are they sure they wanted to do that? Buddy! My guy. Yeah, sometimes, you know what silver is? Silver is like, sometimes I'd be digging in my butt. That's what that play is. Sometimes I'll be using silver to dig in my butt. Anyway, it's GG's. Sometimes, guess he lost. Yeah, this is GG's. Macargo showing these Darkrai players digging their butt. Maybe the tier list should be players most likely to dig in their butt, and Darkrai players are definitely up top tier. Anyway, GG's. Oh my god! Oh wait, we hit Master Ball. I'd like to thank the establishment. This was honestly really rough. This has been the longest it's taken for me to hit Master Ball, you know. It was really rough. I think we have a 63% win rate. I mean, it was so hard. Let's catch up. 3,600 easy. And now I can't fall out. True. Master Ball in 6 dares. Do you know if you can drop out of it? You can't drop out of Master Ball. Alright, let me continue making this tier list so that it'll be ready for you guys. Make a template. Template name. Oh no, the template doesn't exist. It'll be a public one because I love you guys. Name the template. Pokemon TCG. Yo, that's an Eevee. That's an Eevee. I think I need to toss the energy over to the homie. And pray. I've never actually seen a Macargo player win a game that makes me happy. I mean, it's not really a good deck, right? So that makes sense. A for meta tier list. It's gonna be part of the Pokemon TCG. I'm just gonna tackle. The new ranked update sucks between people not being able to fall out about it and win streaks. It truly is. I mean, it's always been whoever plays more. Oh! I forgot that they're playing this EV. This isn't Psychic Box. Oh, this is worse. This isn't Psychic Box. Oh god. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh, I thought wrong. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. Oh my god, I'm so stupid because I thought that this was Sylve Ninja. I played myself. I just played myself, chat. I'm digging in my own butt. That was such a bad way to lose this game. Can't lose. Yeah, whatever. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be real. Like, there is still skill-based matchmaking. I do want you guys to know that there is still rank-based matchmaking, and you can't play someone who is like low Master Ball. So who cares if the low Master Ball players can't reach whatever, right? Like, genuinely, who cares? Let them play their shitty Mad Cargo decks for the rest of time, right? That's like fine. Like genuinely, it doesn't affect you if you're climbing. But it is it is important to, like, if you're going climb, it's always been whoever plays the most games. Last season was still whoever plays the most games, and then whoever streaks. It's never been about win rate. That's the players they misconstrue that it's all about win rate. Win rate doesn't matter, unfortunately. What is your record with this deck right now? We're 2-1. We were digging in our butt last game. Oh, I'm kind of scared. It's pretty great that I can give up a no prizer. Yeah, no problem. Meta tier list for Wisdom of Sea and Sky. Wait, how's everyone's rank grind going, by the way? That's what. How's everyone's rank grind? That's what I care about. I know that rank has just been like a thing now, and I'm curious, how is it going for you guys, right? Oh, I guess this is a good play by them. I think this is what I have to do. I think this is what I have to do. Just to create a bunch of Pokemon. But any advice on rank? This is the first time I grinded Master Ball. I usually don't stop, and at 2k points. So here's my opinion, my advice. It's exhausting. It's going to be long. Pace yourself. It's okay to lose. You're going to lose a lot just as much as you're going to win a lot. If you're serious about going for, like, let's say top 1k, I think that, you know, using the deck that best suits the meta, if that deck is Buzz, keep using Buzz. But it's a lot. It's exhausting, and sometimes it sucks. But those are, I guess, my biggest advice for you. And you'll probably do fine. I'm kind of curious what my opponent's hand is. I guess I didn't have to silver yet. Sabrina, interesting. Well, I'm just gonna pass here. Is top 10k? I mean, all of them are a grind. But top 1k is the one I care about the most. Top 10k you can probably get, like, pretty fine, you know? Interesting. How do I beat them from here? I need to think about this. I don't have enough healing, right? Was I supposed to attach to one, switch? I think I was supposed to attach to one, switch. This makes sense. How are you liking the deck? The deck is fine. They're stuck in active. That is important to note. They are stuck in active. I know they have Lucario. And they wouldn't be able to necessarily take the KO. So what I think I'm going to do... Let's see if I take this KO. If I take this KO now, it doesn't matter. I should just wait until I can take 2 KOs. So I can do this. And then I can EV bag twice. Because like I said, they are stuck. They're stuck here. This is a 2 retreat cost card. Which kind of sucks. I'm not going to hold you. For them. Not for me. I'm chilling. And the longer I stall, the more of a chance I can get the next Flareon EX. And I win when I get the next Flareon EX. Because I'm able to... set up dynamic pathways to win. So I need to get the next Flareon EX now, unfortunately. Can heal here. I can heal here again. But I can also wait until I get this. So yeah, I'll just combust. So this is like pretty fine. And then especially if they choose to bring in like Tyrogue here, I can just attach to like stall. Is Lyra useful? And they did do it. Lyra's okay. I wouldn't put Lyra in this deck. Let me see. I wouldn't put Lyra in this deck. It's a 3 retreat cost. You can retreat that pretty freely. Why did you not evolve the EVEX and heal it? I could probably do that. Let me think here. Okay, GG's. Actually, is it a win? I guess it's not. Actually, it should be a win. Do I combust here? Yeah. We'll figure it out. Because I have to Sabrina. So let's see what happens here. I can EV bag the next turn. I'm free falling through Ultra Ball because I've been bricking for the last. I'm sorry, dude. I think I actually still lose this if my opponent can evolve. That's only if my opponent can evolve. Hey Jody, do you know if there's a specific number of points where I can only drop to UBF the rank? I think it was like 1675. Yeah, like 1675. Yeah, I think I lost actually. Shit. That's fine. Do you expect them to expand the deck size? Eventually, yeah. Eventually they'll expand the deck size. We have some time before that though. Okay, let me know if I missed anything. This is already such a good amount to start. Yeah, I think I've lost this. There's nothing I can do here. There's not enough healing in this deck, is the issue. I think that the 2 Flareon is too much. Is my current thought. So I do think that this deck would benefit from whatchamacalliting it. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna forfeit. This deck, like, my concern with this deck was the lack of healing. Yeah, PCO would be good. I think Giant Cape is just better, right? I think Cape or healing over whatchamacallit. You look like Anthony John. I don't even know who that is. Alright, chat, I need you to confirm things with me. Is this every deck that we have to think about in this meta? Is there a deck missing from this? You're making a tier list later today, yes. But I need to know if there is something missing here. I think that this is everything. Donphan Ramp, Donphan Luke. What is Gyarados Manaphy doing there? I don't know what it's doing there. It snuck in. Pichu Arceus. Pichu Arceus is one that's missing, yes. Okay, so it's just Pichu Arceus. Ho-Ho, Snorlax. I'll put that under Ho-Oh Lugia. I think they're like the same level of slop to me. But Pichu Arceus, so Gods and Baby, I guess is the only other one that's not here. I'm chilling, Frostwerf. How are you doing? Togekiss is not going to be on this list. Yep, no, this is fine. Can we make S tier next does not shower? Maybe. Arceus Crobat is also missing. That is true. Okay, I'm going to message him. Hey, the only things missing are Arc Crobat and Arc Pichu, but this is a perfect start. Garchomp is unfortunately not real. I think Chomp Gallade are better than Gyarados. Gyarados got snuck in. We're not gonna, just because Gyarados is here doesn't mean I'm putting Gallade. Does not mean I'm putting Gallade on this list. Just because there's one sneak does not mean I'm sneaking two things. Umbreon, Darkrai, it's just Umbreon Greninja. There should be no other. All Umbreon decks are going to be weaker than that one, specifically. And I think that's, like, fine. Right? We're all in agreement here? Yo, Moonside, what's good? No Flareon Typhlosion hit Master Ball with it first week. I'll show you where I'm going to put Flareon Typhlosion later. Might as well put Chomp Ramp included in a low tier. True. Okay, but that's good for now. I'm going to keep playing for now. I assume we are skipping Gengar as it has its own higher tier. True. Are you a green flag or a red flag? Depends on what you're asking for. Like, am I a green flag or a red flag in what? Because there are a few things I'm sure I'd be a green flag in, but there's quite a few things I'd be a red flag in. So I need to know, right? Like, first, I'm a Twitch streamer. That's like a red flag, right? I think that, like, if I was dating and, you know, I saw that someone was a streamer, I probably would not want to date them. I'd be like, damn, like, when are we gonna hang? Because, like, I stream during the day. What if you stream during the night? Then when are we gonna, like... It's like working the night chef. And you're a green flag, self-aware. See? Thank you, Ishiroku. Is the prize pool... It breaks down 15... everybody in top 32 gets paid. 1,500 for first. 1,000 for second. Bro, suck my... silver. You guys would both stream 8 hours a day. What if she streams at night? What if she streams at night? What if she, like, you know, like, what if our schedules just don't align? I think that's fine, but, like, it's, you know, it's pretty sad at the same time. Ah! I'm just gonna concede. The best part about this is I can just concede early. I don't have to play the match out if I don't want to play the match out. I think that's really good about being at 0. Are you required to bring the gimmick cards on the list? No. They're just saying that if you want an additional, like, $100 prize for the best performing one of those. Haven't been seeing a lot of Crobat. Yeah, I think Crobat's a lot weaker. And obviously when we make the tier list, we'll talk about it. Because I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts. Okay, we have the Arc Pichu and we have the Arc Crobat. So we can basically start the tier list shortly. I can include the old meta stuff here. I have the EG meta. Is there stuff from the EG meta you guys want? Garchomp Rampardos? Is that the only stuff from the EG meta that is worth, like, grabbing? No. Oh, wait, this is EG? EV Grove, not extra dimensional Grisis. $10 to put Macargo in S tier? Sure. $10 is a pretty low price for... Oh, hold up. All right. So this is gonna be confirmed that this is not a duplicate of something I've created. Extra Gracist. Did I do anything wrong? I think I got everything here. So it's just building it. Na. This is gonna be the Pokemon TCG Pocket A4 Meta Tier List. All right, chat? However, no longer Shuckle Decidua, I have never seen it, and you'll never see it. Okay, I got everything here. Anyone know a tournament? So the tournament I'm advertising is the Tight M32 Pocket Double Deck 10K hosted by Ursa Day. That's a lot of words. But it's the first double deck format, which is going to mirror the World Championships. So pretty sick, pretty sick. Bro, I'm done with the season. Why are you done with the season? But yeah. Anyway, A4 has been only a week old, and there's a lot of thoughts I have about this meta. This is going to be primarily based on like tournament strengths and like all thoughts about that. Are we moving to a double deck format? Is this a one-off? Kirby, I hope we move to a double deck format, but we don't know. It might be a one-off. We'll find out. Apologize to Espeon-EX. Let me introduce the tier list, then you can ask me to apologize to Espeon-EX. This chat is the extra dimensional crisis meta. Extra dimensional crisis? What meta are we in? A4 Wisdom of Sea and Sky. I have all the decks that have been like kind of doing really good in tournament and in ranked, and I'm going to rank them. We no longer will have a YouTube content. Instead, this is called 1450 Master Ball Hell. Because it's pretty easy now to make Master Ball for quite a few players, right? And now you cannot get drop out. So what is a 1450 Master Ball Hell example? Macargo. This deck is awful. This deck is not good. This deck can make it out of Ultra Ball, but any deck can make it out of Ultra Ball. However, this is something that you'll see at low Master Ball. So this is, as I said, this is the 1450 Master Ball Hell. You know who's going to join Macargo in the 1450 Master Ball Hell? Executor will. And I'm going to talk about both of these decks. Macargo is better Wug Trio. Wug Trio with less steps, but it is fine. You can make Ultra Ball with these decks, Master Ball. Some of you guys have probably made Master Ball with these decks. If you guys want to climb to the upper echelons of this game, you will not be doing it with Macargo. I don't know who needs to tell you this. You will not be doing it with Macargo. Similarly, you will maybe do it with Eggy. In fact, I think Eggy is better. I think that this deck is way better than Macargo. It has a added benefit of having a good matchup into Darkrai, but this is still a 1450 Master Ball Hell. Apologize to Macargo Stream 1, maybe one day. I'm not, I'm focused on the World Championships. Therefore, I wouldn't include, I'm not really focused on hitting high ranks in Master Ball anymore. Not this season at least, but next season we're going to go for rank 1. But for now, 1450 Master Ball Hell is your Eggy and is your Macargo. It would also be your Typhlosion Xatu, right? Instead of YouTube content, it's the stuff that people really think would work. And these are these guys, right? You're breaking my heart. I'm sorry. It has to be there. S is gonna be just the best decks, right? These are gonna be, and I'm gonna spoil it. I think that the best deck in this current meta, and it's unfortunately Darkrai Giratina. I don't know how to say it. It's the best deck in the meta. It's like actually laughable. Sabrina, I mean, Silver has like put this deck over the edge. Like, it isn't like the fact that it's just consistent now. It's the fact that it's consistent and it's like a demon, right? If we go to look at like some Darkrai Giratina results, Silver has just made it. You can now Silver away Luzamine. You can Silver away Professor Researches. You can Silver away Lilies. Silver is just ridiculous. And also it farms Espeon, right? Espeon's a newer deck. It deals with all the bullshit, right? If you're playing against bullshit decks like, for example, Macargo, you're just gonna usually beat them, right? You attach your. There is nothing as strong right now as setting up 2 threats. And Darkrai Tina is the best deck that sets up 2 threats at the same time, making this the best deck. This is going to be the ceiling, right? But there are multiple top tier decks, right? It doesn't matter that Darkrai Giratina is the best deck. There's just multiple ones, and we're going to talk about all of them. And there are a lot of really, really fun Darkrai variants that I want to talk about. The first one being Dark Tyrogue. Dark Tyrogue, if you're unfamiliar with this list, is basically Darkrai Pichu. It has things like the Iciclos, Follow. Thank you very much. Let me find Darkrai. A few of these have done okay in tournaments. This is going to be Kronos. Actually played it and got top 32 at a tournament. This is going to be... I don't like this version. Kronos, why are you using Absol? But this is going to be these Darkrai, Tyrogue, Pichu, or Oricorio variants that are going to be really good. New Matinal was like one of the first people using it. And I think it's just a really strong team. I think what it does is really cool. It one-shots EVs, which is huge. Found it, Darkrai Pichu. Really, really strong deck. Really cool. I think it was great early. It's very fast, very turbo. The only issue with this deck is starts, right? Sometimes you're gonna... Like, it doesn't have a... 100 is like a very low finish. I'm gonna say what this meta has done and what A4 has really done is given us like a low damage floor and a high damage ceiling, right? We have things like Lugia, and then we have things like Darkrai dealing like 80. Dark Tina is insane this first week. It's like actually insane. So this is like a tier like 3. I'll call this, so like I'll say this is like tier 1, right? The best deck's tier 1. This is like tier like 3. Pull the right matchups. Avoid Dark Tina. You will be fine. A lot of these decks lose to Dark Tina is the issue, right? Pull the right matchups. Avoid Dark Tina. You'll be fine. Unfortunately, that is going to be the situation for a lot of these decks. A lot of these decks are going to want to avoid Dark Tina, otherwise you get into the unskippable cutscene of losing. You get to the defeat screen. Tier 2 here is going to be like capable of handling the best decks. Only have like a flaw, if any, right? And that's going to be, I guess, the next deck I want to talk about is Charizard Sylveon. Charizard Sylveon got weaker, actually. There are multiple decks that deal with it now. Some Buzzwole decks are teching Sprinkle, and Silver kind of destroys it, right? So like if you look at tournament results right now, Charizard is not doing good. I farmed Char with Oricorio. I would hope that you farmed Charizard with Oricorio, because if you didn't, I would be very concerned. It has a lot more losing matchups, is the issue. However, it's still Charizard, right? Hanuman did really good with this version. I remember they lost because they didn't pull Flareon, or they said something similar to that. So she like locked in. I think this is still a good deck. Its only flaw is that it's a if you don't beat Dark Tina, it's a 15-minute cutscene, as they will wait. Yes, exactly what Sekiro said. Congrats, by the way, for doing so good, Sekiro. Getting top 2 is really good. And thank you, Hang, for the follow. So yeah, basically this is really good still. However, it's not as good as it was. I would say this was a top 2 deck, maybe top 1. The issue is any deck can run Silver, and if a deck runs Silver and Silver's away your Lily, you lose so much value. You're not guaranteed 2 Lilies throughout the course of a run. And I love that. You're still running Garchomp and Rampardos. That's sick. I would put that like tier 4 if I had to put it anywhere. Charizard is disruptible. That's literally how I've been beating Zards. I just take away the Lily. Yeah, every deck can run Silver. And therefore Silver is actually giving Charizard some stress, right? Let's talk about a deck that I owe an apology, right? Let's talk about a deck that I owe an apology to. It is Sylveon Espeon. I called Espeon not going to be good, right? When you, and look, everybody called Espeon. This isn't me owing an apology. Everybody who ever looked at Espeon next to Umbreon said that Espeon wasn't going to be good. Right? Everyone that said it said Espeon wasn't going to be good. However, Espeon has an amazing matchup chart, and it turns out healing 60 damage is a lot of damage to heal from, right? Is a ton of damage to heal from. And it's really cool to see this be what I would say it's a free Lily every turn. Exactly what Spastic Timer said. I think that this deck is really strong. However, it does have some very, very crucial bad matchups. And that matchup is going to be Gira Darkrai. It's going to be basically any deck that can also deal massive damage. And when I think of decks that deal massive damage, I think of decks like Flareon, Leafeon, but it does good into all the old meta stuff, right? It also does good into Charizard, right? Charizard is a deck that is going to get farmed by it. Well, it's going to get farmed unless you have double Giant Cape. My thing is, this is a week 1 tier list. I expect a lot of people to start running Guzma. A lot of Espeon Sylveon players, like Sekiro, I think even Sylar, are currently Sekiro ran 1 cape. Oh, you guys are both running 1 cape. I'm a double cape guy. I think that the cape is really good, but that's all that the Espeon Sylveon players have against like the major damage people. Shout out 5Z for the Fallerino. So that is my current where I'm at mentally. Is one, it still loses to Darktina, which is really unfortunate, but it has amazing matchups into the old meta, specifically Sylveon Greninja, right? Bro, why does everyone put Sylveon as tier 2 instead of tier 1? I know it's bad versus Darktina, but it's so strong on its own. Yeah, so this is here's the thing, right? I think that this, if players wanted really to win, there would only be one deck that they'd be using right now. And it's like high-key Darkrai. The issue with this deck is that it struggles into decks with massive damage. I don't think, yeah, like the Darkrai matchup is that bad. In fact, I think it's so bad, I don't know if I will have another deck. In fact, you know what? You know what? I'm just going to do this. If this will make you feel better, this is S tier. S tier is Darkrai. I can lie to you guys and put this as tier 1. And this could be tier 2. Because I think Darktina is that strong. I think Darkrai Giratina is undisputed the best deck right now. And that's it. It's not tier 0. It has bad matchups. But it is so far ahead of the other decks. S-Rank is tier 0, I guess. We'll figure it out. The next deck I do want to talk about is Buzzwole, right? I do think that Buzzwole, in my mind, I thought it was the best deck going into the first tournament. However, it turns out Espeon is really good at dealing with them, right? It is really good at dealing with them. And so I think that this deck, and also the Darktina is in his LeBron era. No, literally. This is like the Miami Heat era of LeBron right now. It's like so clearly just better than every deck. Kind of laughably. I think that Silver made it just that much better. Because Silver outplays, like, Buzzwole, Celesteela can now get Silvered out of Luzamine late game, and you just lose the game, right? Similar, Zard can get Silvered out of Lily. Darktina's good, but when I play it, I mean, you're going to brick. Every deck bricks. What makes Buzzwole decent right now? Yeah, of course, I'll talk about it. It's good into the best deck, Darkrai Giratina. It also has like pretty playable matchups into everything. It has a lot of high HPs. It's good going first, good going second because of Luzamine. It's very susceptible to whatchamacallit? It's very susceptible to hand rip. But other than that, it does really good into that. It's good into Oricorio decks too. Farms Oricorio decks. It really likes playing against Sylveon Crobat, which is also another deck that we'll talk about soon. Darktina now runs Red Card, Mars, and Silver. It's a bit oppressive, yeah. Charizard. Also, Charizard is down. Thank you, Elizabeth on the YouTube side. Charizard down. Buzzwole is up. Charizard is not a high pop deck as it was. And now because Dark Artina is like running Silver, Red Card Mars, it is like pretty like big, like when I think of a deck up there. A deck that I thought was going to be really, really strong, but has actually not been as strong is Crobat Sylveon. I think Crobat Sylveon is fine. I don't think it's great is the issue. Why is Charizard down? Silver. The universal access to Silver, the universal access to cards that hate it. No one has Crobat right now. That is not why Crobat is not good. Crobat actually struggles because it doesn't have a high damage ceiling. It can donk you. It's good into Charizard. Yeah, so other people are, why is Charizard down? Crobat farms Zard as well. So Crobat's really good into Zard. And that's about it. It's like kind of okay into Sylveon. The issue is it's good at donking like a lot of things. Crobat is just a turn too slow, which is kind of crazy, right? Because it deals 70, it deals 80 in a turn. If you aren't starting off the Rare Candy engine every game, which is not realistic, you get so behind so many turns. Yeah, exactly what Elena also said. Crobat Sylveon just suffers if you don't open Crobat early. You don't open Crobat early, you might as well be scooping. Which is not consistent, right? And it gets destroyed by Dartina. And it touches the glass, and that's the issue. I had to do my own research on decks. Where were you, Fraud? I was literally enjoying a day in Seattle. So I'm sorry you guys had to figure out what decks you guys wanted to use. And because Crobat is down, that means Donphan's also a little bit weaker. I think Donphan's still good. Donphan has the added benefit of donking babies. Has the benefit of donking Eevee. And that is where Donphan is really, really good at. I'm gonna put both Donphan versions. They're both like the same to me. They're both really good. But the issue is that the deck that they're supposed to hard counter isn't as strong as everyone thought. Therefore, there's less of it, which means that there's going to be less Donphan, which sucks for people who are Donphan fans, right? Ends up not doing too good. Obviously, it did good the first tournament. And why did it do good the first tournament? A lot of the decks that people were using were like Oricorio based. There's a lot of people still believing in Crobat, right? It was the second most used deck, so it makes sense. And so Donphan is suffering from its matchup spread not being great, like at all. And that sucks. It's a Don phase. But shout out to all the Don fans. You know, any real Don fan in chat, y'all know who you are. But yeah, its matchup spread is just kind of sad. Yeah, I did get them before. Thank you. Darktina is S tier. It's Silver has broken Darktina. So that is why I just think that there's no other deck that's like kind of comparable. And I think I might have to obviously move some tier 1 decks. I'm gonna be honest, there are gonna be decks I'm gonna move up to tier 1. But if I are like up to S tier, but here's my issue, is if I move certain decks up there, they're not even as close to as strong as Dark Artina. The only deck that could compare to being close to the same level as Darktina is Greninja Sylveon, right? Greninja Sylveon is still a top meta threat. It is still extremely consistent. It is still extremely ignorant. But it's not the only Sylveon slop that is consistent, right? Espeon is really good matchup into it. Greninja's matchup spread isn't as wide and overarching as Darktina, but it's better into Oricorio decks. It's way better into Oricorio decks, and that's where the Sylveon Greninja deck really shines. Make an S plus tier for Darktina. That's probably what it's going to be. Like these decks are clearly really good decks. I'm like not going to point out that these are really good decks. And obviously we're going to have to create. I'm like 20-2 versus Greninja Syl with Espeon. Yeah, Greninja Syl gets farmed by Espeon. It's like pretty sad. In fact, these two decks do get farmed by Sylveon, which is where Espeon Sylveon is so good. Darktina uses 1 silver or 2, probably 1. You can use 2 if you want though. But still really, really cool. Here's what I'm gonna put for tier 3. Because tier 3 is not as strong as the ones above. But they like have a lot of sauce. And if you have the right bracket, will go crazy. But I'm thinking like 1 or 2 in the top 64 at most. Obviously some of these are not gonna be this is like 0 to 1s. 0 to 1s that I should talk about and should mention. And the 0 to 1s that I should mention are, I'm gonna put the big damaging Arceus and Dragonite. These 2 decks are Pichu slop decks. Dragonite has the added benefit of having a great matchup into Darkrai Giratina. Whereas Arceus is just like a turbo deck. It's really fun. These might, like, they're not that strongest, I think, compared to every other deck. But they have very specific matchups, so they are good. Ho-Oh Snorlax. If I had Ho-Oh Snorlax, I'll put Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is also kind of there. Ho-Oh Lugia, Ho-Oh Snorlax are still tier 3. They have a lot of sloths. If you have the right bracket, it's going to be good. But that's as far as I can go with them. That's as far as I'm willing to go with these type of decks. They're not that great, unfortunately. Ho-Oh suffers from, I think, any of the like decks that really rely on babies to like speed up your game are like kind of inherently inconsistent. Like these are like very, like if you draw Arceus, you're like, oh, this sucks. The reason why Darkrai Tyrogue is so good is because like what Tyrogue does to like the top, like some of the top EV slop decks, that makes it deserve where it's at. Similarly, right, I think that the issues with these decks is the deck construction right now. And it sucks. I think what I'm going to do, there's going to be one more tier, and it's going to be the 1.5. These are going to be, like, solid into Darktina, but not as strong as the big 4 above it. And these, but better than the decks below it. And this, Bros tier sounding like new anime titles. Reborn as a vending machine, I now wander the dungeon. Shut up! Ah! Yeah, like, these are how I'm just gonna, like, we're gonna define them later. We can define them later, but the way I think about this is gonna be Tapu Koko. This is gonna be basically the the Oricorio tier. I'm not gonna hold you. This is gonna be called the Oricorio tier. It's just these decks. I think that these decks are not that great. I'm gonna be honest. I think in the context of the meta, especially with Charizard being weaker now, these decks are a lot weaker. However, they are way better than these decks. However, they also lose to all of the decks below here. So it's like kind of like freaky. Open your mind on tier 1.5. So like, it's gonna, but like, can you make the tier names more complicated? Of course. Andy, what's good? We're currently just making a tier list. Is Zard rising up a little again? Zard has a lot of hate. Whereas before Zard was a top 2 deck, it has a lot of hate. And I guess the thing that I want to talk about when we're thanking Andy the Salad God for the gifted, thank you very much. The thing I really, really want to talk about, some of these rankings have too much bias. You want to talk about which ones have too much bias? Cause I think that this is just true. Like, I think that like for tournament, legitimately, if I'm going to a tournament, yeah, I think it's just Ori tier. We can just call this Ori tier. I think that Ori sucks. I think that like, in tournament, the top 5 decks are the actual decks you want to use if you want to like consistently win. Whereas everything else, I think, is very matchup dependent. I think the top 5 decks have the best matchups. And to include another deck that I think belongs there is Leafeon Flareon. I think that these are the decks. The bias against Macargo is crazy. Some of them are up and down. That's fair. I think at the end of the day, it's important to note that this is like my opinion, right? And I think that like the way I rate decks, I'm very clear on what I think is like really, really strong. Ori sucks. Ori doesn't suck. It's like, it's literally the second highest tier if you ignore Darkrai, right? I think it's like this, right? I think that Flareon Leafeon is really good, especially in a format where Zard, its worst matchup is dropping, because it has like a very similar matchup, right? It's very good into Buzz, it's good into Gren, it has playable lines into Darkrai Tina, it has playable lines into the Ori stuff, obviously not the best lines. Macargo is not meta. Macargo is not meta. That is real. Macargo is 1450 Master Ball Hell. I'm gonna just say it. People are sleeping on Incin. Right now, I'd put Incin right here. It has a lot of sauce, but like, it's not. It's like, I respect it, but I just think that compared to the other decks, it's not as good. And that's fine for people. Macargo is the new Articuno 18 trainers, which is Macargo is tier 0 only against streamers. I just played one, and it was not the case, right? It was 100% not the case. A deck that I do believe in, that I want to see more of, is Arceus Crobat. Arceus Crobat, like Crobat EX, is probably what I think is the strongest, one of the strongest Arceus variants. I think I'll put it in tier 3 because I still don't fully believe in it, but I do think it's like a strong Crobat variant that can overtake the Sylveon slop ones. Usually there's going to be Arceus Crobat, probably still have Sylveon, but it has Crobat and Crobat EX because they're both 1 energy attackers that deal 80, except obviously it adds up. The deck's issue is Zubat, right? It's unfortunately the real issue is that you can only have 2 Zubats, you can have 4 Eevees. If you can have 4 Zubats, I would put this deck up here. Like even maybe up here. Rocking Carnivine, no Carns, just dark. It's just dark and like 3 to 4 Crobats. 3 to 4 Crobats and then like Arceus stuff. I think this deck is like, solid. However, it's just, you can't run 3 Zubats. If you can run 3 Zubats, it would be up here. Because then you can do Crobat EX, Crobat, Crobat, and that'd be like really, really deadly. But it has a built-in Oricorio counter in Crobat, and then it has the Arceus stuff, which is like really strong. I don't feel like it's worth opening packs this time after you get some babies. It is a weaker set, but I think it's a very, like, the cards that were introduced were great for the game. Shuckle Venu might be the worst deck in the game. Probably, dude. Let's just get through some other cards. Skarmory is 1450's Master Ball Hell for now. I did make a video recently. That was my last video. It has a lot of issues. Skarmory 18 Trainers has a lot of issues in that it's still good in tournament. We've seen a few people top 64, but actually the best way to do it, the best way to compare this, Skarmory is 1450's Master Ball Hell, and it mitigates 70. But Espeon heals 60 every turn. So like Espeon, like if you are a Skarmory player, consider just playing Espeon Sylveon. What does Master Ball Hell mean? So you can't drop out of Master Ball. So because you can't drop out of Master Ball, you're gonna see some of the worst decks possible in here. Like Gyarados, there's a Gyarados, you're gonna see Gyarados in 1450's Master Ball Hell. So instead of YouTube content, this is just the stuff that you're gonna experience. How does Espeon heal 60? Because you Espeon, you heal, you switch it to Espeon, you heal. Espeon heals 60. That's the broken part of it. That's why we weren't considering it, right? That is why people really weren't considering it. Where is Solgaleo? That's actually a good ass question. Where is Solgaleo? Because Solgaleo does good into Gren, does good into Buzzwole, and should do good into Espeon. But it hasn't been doing as good because there's a lot of Oricorio. This is the difference of these decks, is that they can deal with Ori. So I am going to put it right where the namesake is, right? Pull the right matchups, avoid Darkrai, you'll be fine. It's a good deck. Also, can I just say it? Tier 2 isn't a bad deck. Can I say that in traditional card games, a tier 2 deck is not bad by any means. Like, I think that's what I'm going to start. A tier 2 deck is not bad. Is this for single deck format or double deck? I've been telling people, Ursi, if you guys don't know why she's asking that, right? If you go to tournaments, actually I can just go to my dashboard. Ursi is hosting a $10,000 double deck, which is going to be the format for the World Championship Open. You're going to be submitting 2 decks, and you're playing, obviously, even up to top 32 gets 100. First place gets 1,500. Really insane. I actually have a question, Ursi, since you're here. Are we able to submit 2 decks here? Or are they gonna change it as we get closer to the event? Oh wait, day 1 is single deck? I didn't realize. So day 1 is single, wait. What? Am I reading this? Hold up. It's at day 1, we can only submit 1 deck right now. Okay. And then day 2 will be double deck. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So day 1 will be standard. Day 2, if you are able to make day 2, you will be able to play in the double deck format, which is the same format as the World Championships. Which, if people are tired of the Sylveon slot beta, I tried to get Robin to put it in back end, but sadly it isn't on time. That is fair. I know that you were talking about that NAIC. What does that mean though? I think this is important to talk about. So you see like these decks that all have Sylveon, in a double deck format, you cannot use them. You can't use Espeon Sylveon and Greninja Giratina because they both share Sylveon, so you'd have to choose 1 deck. And that's really cool. So I'm very excited to see how that tournament goes. Register if you haven't. Don't be a stinky. It's hella badass. I hope that it is going to be the future of Pocket. When Limitless adds it, I will be hosting a tournament too. But that makes sense, Ursi. That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, Darktino plus the second deck. Can I get the link? Of course you can get the link. Here, I'll post it in here and I'll post it in YouTube. No, only Pokemon. Trainers, you can have unlimited of the same trainers. So it's a conquest format, yeah. No, because they share the same name, so you can't run Eevee collect a friend and Eevee find the friend. Those are still the same name Pokemon. But yeah. Other than that, back to... You can run Eevee in 1 deck and Eevee, yes, exactly what Ursu said. But you can run Eevee and Eevee EX in a different deck because they're 2 separate names. But you can't run Eevee Genetic Apex and Eevee Grove. No, trainers and supporters you can run in both decks, which is really cool. And it's no entry fee. It's as easy as clicking the registration button. Flareon Leafeon is not tier 1 in ranked. I think it is still tier 1 in ranked. I think what it does, I think it's good into Espeon Sylveon. Because the 130 damage is a lot of damage. I think it's good into Buzzwole. I think it's good into Gren Sylveon, which is a lot of the ranked decks, right? A lot of the ranked decks has a playable matchup. Yeah, I want you to know I wasn't going to play in the RC Day this weekend. I have a friend coming in, like I was not going to play in it. But the double deck, I'm like, I have to. And so I've been hooked. Yeah, I think it's really, just talking about this, like if we look at even here, it was picking up, especially after week 1, blah, blah, blah. We go to the metagame, right? Eevee Box kind of slapped. It was the 3rd most deck here with a 56% win rate. I think that Flareon Leafeon is a good deck. Also, Yumin, hello, welcome. So yes, I think that Flareon Leafeon belongs in this tier of decks. What if I want to play 2 different decks day 1? Can I, or is it mandatory to have 1 day 1 deck and day 2? I think the rules, they're because the judges are going to have overhead, they'll figure it out. Guzzlord disappeared from the game. No, I'll talk about Guzzlord. Guzzlord is, if I was to put, I think it's like tier 1.5 Ori tier plus Guzz. Because Guzz is still good. However, and I think it's still good into Espeon, which is a matchup that we want to see more of. Guzz is pretty good right now. So I think it's just below. Its best matchup isn't in the as much in the meta. Is my current problem with it. Its best matchup isn't in the meta. Well, it is in the meta, but it's not as prevalent. And because Buzzwole Celesteela is way more prevalent now, that's the issue that it has. Whereas Infernape Magby, that is 1450 Master Ball health. You guys get it? This is hard to put Gren. I think this deck is also really good. I think this deck is like also good. I'm gonna put this deck in Ori tier. This is Simon's deck. This is Simon Nobi. This is the Greninja or Ikorio stuff. I think it's the weakest deck in this tier, but I think it's the deck with the best matchup into Darktina. It's the Ikorio deck with the best matchup into Darktina, and therefore it should be a deck that we consider in matchups. So that's gonna be tier 4.5, Ori tier plus Guz. I went AO against Espeon using Guzzlord. Yes, Espeon gets absolutely farmed. Is that an Irida deck? Yes, this deck runs Irida. So that is why this deck farms. It's the, like, people forgot Darkrai Giratina used to lose to Ori. Darkrai Giratina actually used to lose to Ori, but you guys started removing all the cards that beat it. You guys, everyone took away all the cards that beat Darkrai Tina, and then their Ori decks are starting to lose to Darktina. And they're like, whoa, why are we losing to Darktina now? Because you guys freaking took out Guzma. You guys took out like so many cards, right? No heals, no capes, no nothing. And that's true what E977EA said, right? But that's where like the Ori decks with no healing, they have like their flaws. Guzma and Irida is the farm, is 100% a farm. This deck's weakness, Greninja Ori, it beats Darktina, it beats Buzzwole, it beats Zard, but then it loses to Ninja, it loses to, I think Espeon has a pretty solid time. If you can set up the Sylveon, if you can thank people like PokeKong. Is Meowscarada ever coming back? One day, maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna say maybe. But yeah, I think another tier like 2-ish deck. A tier 3 deck is the Silvally Blacephalon. I used this week 1. It was fun. However, there was just better pairings with Silvally. I think Silvally Babies, Silvally Darkrai is better than this. I think that the Blacephalon combo, while cute, it was great when Buzzwole was the #1 deck to beat. Buzzwole is no longer the #1 deck to beat. So I think it's just a deck that kind of belongs in tier 3, has a lot of sauce. I don't really see it doing too much past that. It was a great day 1 deck. So Sylve Darkrai Babies is not tier 1. I would put Sylve Darkrai Babies as tier 2, which would make sense. I think its problem is that while it's great into like all the decks with like EV Box in it, it does not do great against decks that have a lot of sustain, specifically Darkrai Tina, Buzzwole. These guys just hit way harder. Why is Buzzwole tier 1 and not S tier? It loses to Espeon Sylveon. It loses to Flareon Leafeon. These are decks that are all coming back up. And so like its matchup spread, even though it's the best deck out of the 5 here to play into Darkrai Gira, the other matchups can't be ignored. Yeah. Darkrai Tina just can't be stopped. It has bad matchups, but the issue is like, you know, it's just good into every, like, here's the thing, right? With Darkrai Gira and Tina, it's good into like everything. Like you can point out the bad matchup in Buzzwole, right? But it is good into everything in tier 2. Good into everything in tier 3. You can argue that Dragonite Pichu is a little bit too much. And you know, it's good into everything in Master Ball Hell, besides Executor. Darktina is just consistent where most decks are not. Yeah, and Silver, I'm saying that Silver has pushed Darkrai Giratina over the edge, because Silver straight up takes away matchup cards, right? Like you can remove the Lily in a Charizard's hand, you can remove the Lusamine in a Buzzwole hand. It's just kind of ridiculous. You know, it's a deck that is, I'm gonna actually put in 1450 Master Ball Hell. and it's Tilly's favorite deck. It's Umbreon Greninja. It's actually the worst, one of the worst decks I played with this format so far. It is just a weaker version of Dark Baby when you think of decks that hit 80, like the cards that hit for 80. Unlimited Cyruses is cool, but it is really just like, kind of like Umbreon has been disappointing. The 2 retreat cost is awful. What are the new cards running in Darktina? Silver. Dark Baby was my nickname when I was born. That's crazy. So yeah, I got my second Umbreon EX today and low-key sad. I wish I had Espeons. I don't have Espeons. So I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the lack. I'm feeling the missing links. This is Crobat with no Sylveon, which I'm gonna put in tier 3 as well. I think this one's like slightly better. It's just what it is. Darkrai Silvally is also really good. That's gonna be the deck that I showcased on stream, on YouTube, not on stream, on YouTube today. It's a good deck. It just has, it's really fast if you get the Pichu start. I just think that the issue when I was playing it is, again, Darktina. Decks with like a lot of Pokemon with high HP is really hard to deal with, especially if they can get set up really fast. So like Buzzwole's obnoxious to deal with. If one of the EVs evolve, it can be like kind of annoying, but you can obviously overwhelm them pretty quickly. So this is where I'm gonna put Silvally Darkrai. It's really, really strong though. I think that these decks, these baby versions are really cool and have a lot of good matchups. See, here's my issue, right? All of these decks in tier 2 have their matchups that they love playing in like tier 1. The issue is that every single deck in tier 2 loses to Darktina. Every single deck in tier 2. In fact, that's what this is. Fine decks all lose to Darktina. And that is the issue when the metagame gets like wider, right? Is that they all lose to Darktina. This is Young Kai Blue. I might Pokekong. Well, yeah. I've been red card silvering everyone on ladder and so many people just auto forfeit. Yeah. People, like, I'm gonna be real, Bobo, you need to just get out of low Master Ball, and if you're in high Master Ball, then if people are still doing that, they're dumb. But, like, red card silver is actually so obnoxious. Since the release of Darktina, have we had any deck better than this? Well, yeah. Darktina wasn't the best deck in Extra Dimensional Crisis, for example. It's just that the way that the meta has gone and evolved, Darktina has just been the best deck. Yeah, I like that. There's a reason I have a 1450s Master Ball Hell tier, because these are just people who are playing their whatever decks that are gonna forfeit, yada yada. I don't really have a place for Guzzlord. I mean, Guzzlord, this is just hair. I don't have an opinion on Magnezone Sylveon. No one's using this, right? So I don't really have a thought. No one's using Silvally Rampardos. Red card plus silver is dumb play. No. What I was telling him is that people were auto scooping to getting silver red carded in low elo, and like, yeah, I scooped my last game because I pokeballed into Magby, because there's no stakes in low master. You can just do that. Red card silver is just broken. Yeah, it's not week 3. Thanks for the answer. Yeah. Oh, whoever helped them. I'm gonna put this in. Wait for week 3 for Mag Zone's comeback. And it's like, yeah, like, who the freak is using Silvally Rampardos? I don't think I've seen a single silver Rampardos. Have you guys seen a silver Rampardos? I generally have not. And I don't even think it's bad, is the thing. I don't think it's bad. It's clearly like here if I'm putting Ori, but like, it really is just not being used. Who goes in the active spot for starting Darkrai or Gira? It depends on the matchup, depends on what you got. Darktina is without Psychic Energy. It's always been without because you need to attach to Darkrai. Espeon Sylveon Mag is a week 3 deck. That is true. But for now, this is my thoughts on the tier list. Let me see if there's any rearranging I need to do. Do you watch Hasanabi? I do not. He's pretty chill though. I've watched like VODs, but I don't watch any really streamers. Is my issue. Except now I know all about Jakura. So if you want to talk to me about Jakura, I got you. But yeah, I think this is like a pretty fair assessment of the tier list right now. I think that Darkrai Giratina is just the best deck. I hope when we revisit this at the end of the month, I'm praying that there's another deck as dominant as Darkrai Giratina, or maybe that Darkrai Giratina is not that dominant. But because Darkrai Giratina literally farms like every single deck, almost, it's kind of crazy. Garchomp could be tier 3, sure, but like that's fine. Espeon, Sylveon, I think this deck is gonna get weaker. My honest thought is that Espeon Sylveon is going to get a lot weaker. But I think it's really good now. I think going into next week, people are going to start making counters. But I am fine calling it the second best deck to use right now. I'm pro. It's fun, Kiski. Whatever it is, I'm 29. I can't think about it being staged or real. But I will listen to a 2-hour video about it. I think Espeon will get weaker. I think that Greninja Sylveon is just immune to power creep, so it's always going to be really strong. Buzzwole Selly is the best deck to play if you're playing against Darkrai, and White's always going to be good. Zard is the deck from the last set that got hit the most, and Flareon and Leafeon didn't get hit like Zard did. So it's still really good, and that's kind of where it's differentiating itself compared to Zard, where Zard just got really, really hit bad in this meta. Flareon and Leafeon still shares that matchup spread without being as hated. And that's the cool part. Flareon and Leafeon did really good in the last Froggy X too. What's the counter for Sylveon Espeon besides Darktina? I hate this deck so much. Zard is going to be good into it. Flareon, I think, is going to be really good into it. Solgaleo. Any Darkrai deck is going to be good into it. Dark Tyrogue is going to be obnoxious into it, especially going second. So those are the decks, I think. Any Darkrai deck is going to be pretty strong. Darkrai Sylve is going to be pretty good. Guzzlord is going to be super good. I think Guzzlord usage is going to get a lot higher. Buzzwole, Selly, like I said, every deck in this is like, besides Guzzlord, I think that Oricorio decks are just weak. I think Oricorio decks are just weak, but they pull the right matchups and will sometimes win. And that's it. I feel like I would never willingly bring Oricorio to a tournament unless I really believed in its matchup spread. I do not believe in its matchup spread right now. And that is kind of where I'm at, where it comes to that. But you know, I got the Neezy Prime subs Greasy. Jody's Pocket Streams, hell yeah. Tier 2, these are all decks that are strong. I think that they're all good. The only issue with these decks is that they all lose to Darktina. I mean, it's going to be the thing for every deck down here. They all just lose to Darktina. And that's the issue. While you did the tier list, I lost 70 points using Darktina. Darktina, still need to lock in with it. These decks are all decks I think can be, like, you'll probably see one of these decks in a top cut of Ursi or like a big tournament. Only one, like 1 to 2 at most. Darktina kind of mid, doesn't have 100% win rate, true. And that's where tier 3 sauce is. And then obviously 1450s, Master Ball Hell. I've explained it enough times. Wait week 3 for our Magnus Stones comeback. And that is my tier list of all of these decks. Tier 1. All extremely consistent at what they do. They are just not Darktina. That's gonna be the new. Why does Magnezone always come back at the end of the season? I don't know, man. If you have Darkrai and Gira, it depends on the matchup. But generally, if you're going second, you can put Darkrai front. You want to usually charge it. Gira is the main finisher anyway. Yeah, I'll tweet my tier list, and obviously this will be a VOD for you guys later. But yeah. Any new cards in the Darktina deck? Silver. Silver is the new deck. Magnezone is the LeBron of coming back the third week of every season. While you did the tier list, I gained 150 points with Macargo. Oh shit. 150 points with Macargo? This is 1600 Master Ball hell now. Went to 2 silver. Silver instead of what in Darktina? Like a card. Keep the red card, obviously. Keep the Mars. Maybe drop a Mars. Drop a healing. But yeah. The decks, I think that if you guys want my opinion on decks I think I will improve or increase, I can see there's like not enough Solgaleo representation right now. So I can see Solgaleo hop up. I can see Darkrai Tyrogue get better. I think Darkrai Tyrogue might be better than Darkrai Sylve, but it's still like, they both still share the same weaknesses. Darkrai Sylve is turbo fast. Darkrai Tyrogue really wants to go second. The Donphan decks, unfortunately, they're gonna always farm every deck in tier 1.5, which is funny because they do farm every deck in tier 1.5. And they'll have like some good matchups here and there, but it is unfortunately. Is Darkrai Tina? Yes. I think the best way to describe it, right? Is this my... Okay, I'm gonna go to a Pokemon player. You guys might know who this player is. Their name is Sejun Park, right? Last season, Sejun Park hit top 1000 only using Darktina with a 66.3% win rate. They played less games than pretty much everyone in the top 1000. They've only played 400 games, like 410 games, all Darktina. Darktina is actually the working man's, like if you want to rank, just make a Darktina for this meta. Yeah, Sejun plays Pocket. Sejun does. We've actually played him a few times. I recognize his name. We've played a few times already. Last season. But yeah. So yes, Darktina is still extremely viable for rank. Lugia is pretty like, it's like, here's my thing, these decks, please play Darktina. My bird likes free wins. That's why tier 1.5 will always be Ori. Ori can scratch, can scratch the gods, but that's all they can do. That's all they can do. Darktina matches take so long, true. You think Darktina would lose to decks that don't see much use, such as the heavy hitters? All heavy hitters die to, yeah, so I think that the heavy hitters like Dragonite Pichu should, in my mind, always beat Darktina, right? Should, in my mind, always beat Darktina. I think that Lugia Ho-Oh, if they were faster, should also beat Darktina. No way he got 600 points in 6 hours. This was from last season, Radiant. This was from last season. Sejun uses basically all 90 seconds on every single turn, yeah. Here's like the thing, right? Is like if you're winning that much, right? Sejun is the only person who I say win rate matters. But yeah. I'm also only putting Sylveon. I think Espeon Sylveon, if I had to genuinely rate where it'd be at the end of this season, I think it'd be like right here. But I think it's good for the optics to have it be the Mickey Mouse second best deck in the format. Oh, the #1 player right now. That's valid. Why is Lugia so low? The versions without babies is not that bad. It's just slow. Its game plan is so slow. And a lot of the decks here are so fast. And like, that's the thing, a lot of the tier 3 decks do good into Dark Retina. But then their matchup spread sucks. Their matchup spread's so bad. Will there be an Espeon apology video? You know what? I'm not the only one that needs to apologize to Espeon. One, I also don't have Espeons. But like everyone who looked at Espeon thought that Umbreon was going to be better. So we need a community apology. All of you guys need to apologize too. Don't scapegoat me. Don't just scapegoat me. Everyone trashed on Espeon. The streets. Apologize now or tap the glass. But yeah. I lost 3 straight to Espeon with Dark Tina. It's too fast. That is not what the results of the tournament. Can I tell you why that's just like... That is not the thing that you think. That matchup is so lopsided in Dark Tina's favor. That you are probably actually just playing it wrong. Dark Tina actually just farms Espeon. Like, pretty badly farms Espeon. Who's hosting the 10K? Ursi! And you know what? Let's play some Dark Tina. Let's build a Dark Tina deck together. Let's build a Dark Tina deck right now. Bro, I gotta get out of the 1450. How? So first you take the Dark Tina, then you take the Giratina, and now you go to supporters. Oh, let's add Sabrina. Let's add a Leaf. Let's add the tools. Let's add a Mars. Let's add a Red. Let's add a Guzma. I'm definitely adding all the cards, and there's going to be cards I can't. Let's add Silver. Let's add Red card, Pokeball, Professor's Research. 2 silver or 1 silver, 1 leaf. You still need Leaf. 2 William, 2 Leaf, 2 Lara, because you can charge Hollow. Lugia tanks and gets out. I do think that those are real like ways to play the deck, by the way. I think it might be better without babies, right? Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with you, probably. Am I missing Cyrus? I'm always missing Cyrus because I don't have a whatchamacallit. Full art Cyrus. There's a card I need to remove to add pot, I think. I think there's probably a card I need to remove. A card I need to remove for potion. But this is fine. Yo, Sylar, I'm chilling. I only want Cyrus. Well, there's trading available. We're gonna use the whale sleeves because, you know, Dark Tina premium deck only. It's probably... You're back in top 100. Hell yeah. Looks good to me. I think the reason also why it's like a good time to play, I'm definitely missing pocket deck. This is my pocket deck. All right, let's play. But yeah, this has been the most dominant deck in tournaments, like bar none. It's like kind of insane. I guess some people are dropping red, which I can probably drop red if I wanted to. I'm going first against water. What the heck is a water deck? I genuinely don't know. I'll just do this. Greninja, Sylvgren, thank you. Yep. Woohoo! Do I need to do anything here? I think I lose if I play cards, right? Do I need to do anything here? In this matchup, I just do this. Yeah, you don't play any other mons. That's what I thought as well. Yo, Nabrix, what's good? I'm chilling. My issue though is that I don't want to play research, right? Tournament is not ranked. I mean, I think that my thoughts are translate to ranked as well. Because I'm not playing anything, right? But I should still play it, but then I'll have so many cards in my hand if I get I'm just gonna hold it. They can't really do anything to me. So, my opponent left. My opponent rage quit. This is 1450's Master Ball Hell, by the way. You think both red and goos are necessary? I don't think so. I think that I should drop a card. Oh, I realized my thing didn't save. This is what happens, chat. This is what happens when there's no, you don't lose anything for losing in 1450. You get shitty players that leave the game. This is what we get. We get players that leave to do what? To silver? Why is holding the other mons better? So that you don't get Greninja'd. That's what you got. You get people that leave the game and waste your time because you cannot drop out of Master Ball now. Pissing me off. $14.50 is the new UB3, which is why in the tier list I have $14.50 Master Ball Hell as its own tier, because it's that bad. Okay. You're top 3K in the world. Yo, can we get shout out to Uyoyo? That's pretty sick. I should research and pretend that I drew this one from research. Do I want to play these? I want to play one of them. I don't have to play anything yet. Let's wait. Didn't the Japanese players hint they plan to punish? They they shortened the timer, but that's really it. I don't think Master Ball Hell is bad. It's just that I'm in Master Ball Hell, right? They have another turn of being safe, so I don't have to. I think this is fine. If they draw a dark ride, that'll tell me what I should do. They're gonna research. No way you're running Dark Tina. Yes, sir. I'm running Dark Tina to think Mithril Raven. It's just very clearly the best deck. And I was like, what deck should I use to just get out of? They should make it so if you leave the game, you die in real life. I've thought about that. I've actually suggested it to the devs, but I think that they weren't taking it serious. So, unfortunately, that will not be added to the game. Well, I can't heal is the thing. But I don't want to play anything yet either. So the Rocky Helmet is a way to like disincentivize attacking. And I don't want to, like, I can Giant Cape next turn. But it really depends on what they do here, right? Are you going to make an updated Dark Tina video for new matchups? I might. I do think Dark Tina is really good. It's the best deck, but do I want to have... Let's see, if they don't reuse healing here... if they do not use healing here... I will... I can leaf. Hot Take and I'll die on this hill. I love the Dark Tina Mirror. It's actually so fun. It requires thinking. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with being a paid actor. They do have PCL. Let me think. I can Rocky the right in case they try to Sabrina here. Because I deal 100. They need to heal again. You could have Sabrina pinged. Well, I didn't know that I was going to draw Cyrus is the issue. I didn't know that I was going to draw Cyrus. Ciao, ciao. Wait, what?
Football teams with 8 letters.
Oh, wait, what?
Never mind, I'll look it up.
Have you ever did what? Just say it again. I can't hear you.
I said it twice, and I'm giving up.
Say it a third time. Third time's a charm.
Football teams with 8 letters.
Football teams are 8 letters. The Chargers.
I already tried that.
The Raiders. Raiders. That's 7. 8 football teams with 8 letters. Chat. We gotta lock in.
Dolphins.
The Dolphins do have 8 letters. Fuck, I knew they had that. I knew they had it, but are they gonna attack me with Darkrai then? They're gonna just attack with Darkrai, right? It's the only way this makes sense. No, what? They have to have Potion for this to make sense. What are they doing? Okay. Wouldn't it have... You need Darkrai? I do need Darkrai, but I have Giant Cape. We have Cyrus here, so it's like pretty good. Bengals, Broncos. Are you good? I do need Darkrai, but worst case, we force a tie. Worst case, we force a tie. He can't one-shot even with red. He can force a tie with red. Red does 120. Red does 120. It's important to know he can force a tie with red. You can also force a tie like this. But there are multiple cards that win me here. None of them are in my hand. That can potentially win me. Yeah, he just forced a tie. Draw. I tried, right? But this is a tie. I had a lot of cards in my deck that won. And that's like fine. You tie here, right? Could I have played that better? What parts of the game could I have played better? If I attached to the Gira, I could have KO'd with the Gira leafed out. That could have been a play? Yeah, I could have done that. And that's like fine. Maybe Sabrina up the Darkrai with 1 energy? But they were always going to get another Darkrai. But yeah. The Steelers are also 8 letters. They were going to Mars me regardless, right? So it's like... It was pretty rough. I want a red card dump, smart silver dump so badly. But I'll research here because I need to find Gira. I don't have Gira. If Open Harbor created this deck, it would be his worst creation. For Leaf Capes and Buzz, red does the job. That's true. I like Guzma over red at the moment. I'm trying to think, where does red right now help over Guzma? Charizard helps with Charizard. Why does Dartina always have turn 1 helmet, dog? Bro, we're born with the turn 1 helmet. Yeah. Put that all back. And let me see what you got here. Don't piss me off. That hand pissed me off. That hand just pissed me off. Should I even... Yeah, I mean, Radiant, you have the entire month. You have the entire month. So the question of should you be trying for... like high rank? Why not? Well, at least I know his cards. I don't think I can ever do anything with Garchomp here. But I should still play the Gira. You think the gap between Darktina and Espeon deck is big? Yes, of course. Alright, this is just GG's. Do you like Jersey's mics? Never really had it. Not kind of interested. I like stopped liking any like fast food sub stuff. Sylvanija Tina is it's good. Hold on, I'll show you guys the tier list in a moment. GG's. Oh look, this is my tier list. This is it. Where does it show Sylv Ninja not being good? It does not. Espeon does get gapped. I think that Giratina Darkrai is so much better into every deck in the game. So yeah. That is my current thought. Garchomp in the Big 25 is crazy. Darktina is mentally draining after like 8 games. Real? Maybe? I don't know. It's Pokemon Pocket though. Like the mental load for a Pokemon Pocket player compared to like any other game. It's not that much. What deck counters Darktina the most? Buzzwole, and then like Grenori. Buzzwole, Grenori. Crazy how Espeon is now on a higher tier thanks to players like Sakaru and Sylar. Sylar's in chat as well. That's why, right? Oh, shit. They definitely have Pichu here, don't they? Yep. I need Rocky, like, expeditiously. The game itself is mentally draining after 4 games. I don't know about that. That's a like, very little amount of games for it to be mentally draining. 100 games of Darktina incoming. Okay, that would be draining. Yeah, sure, man. I think I'm gonna attach to the Darkrai in the back because they're very clearly going to start yoinking my shit. And because I'm about to get yoinked, what are the catalysts for Zard's fall off? Silver. Every deck can run silver. Crobat is really good into it. And some Buzzwole decks just adapt. Especially Highlighter. I was watching a friend. They just adapt the watering can. Okay, well now I'm gonna attach to the front. Pretty happily. Then I can PCL next turn. Darktina, when you don't draw Darkrai, is awkward as fuck. I mean, that's like a lot of the decks, though. You can just say like Zard, Sylveon is awkward when you don't draw Zard. Right? What would be you run for the 2-deck format, if you don't mind me asking? Darktina +1. I don't know what that +1 is yet. Because Darktina doesn't conflict with pretty much any deck. Which I think is pretty huge. Same with Silva or Corio, true, but then you have to play Silva or Corio. I need a YouTube Squirt Bottle deck. The only deck I would ever consider Squirt Bottle in is Buzzwole. Genuinely only deck. I think I'm gonna do this. Retreat. Put the helmet on you. And attach like this. I realize why this is a mistake. I realized that I'm gonna lose to Cyrus. I was supposed to bring in the Darkrai with 2 energy. So that's my fault. Because this can lose to Cyrus after they take the KO. But that's okay. Maybe Zard with Darktina. That seems good, yeah. Darktina EV-Box is also really good. Just top deck Leaf easy. True. Should I red card first and silver? Red card, silver first, yeah. Especially if they have over like 3 or more cards. You can just burn the red card. Oh god, thank god. Oh, that's so good. They just used the Cyrus early. They just used the Cyrus early, chat. So now I can do this. Top 3 rage bait Cyrus. No, literally. Then I just put you in front. And then I attach the Broken Space Bellow. And I'm safe. Also, people, this is for everybody. Like, my yellow bird is going to beat Dark Rhytino. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yellow bird isn't going to beat Dark Rhytino. Don't lie to yourself. I know you don't have healing in your deck. Don't talk to me like you have healing in your deck. I know you don't run Guzma anymore. You're going to beat Dark Rhytino? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? This guy runs Guzma. That's all he has. He didn't have healing. His Oricorio is long gone. What are you going to do without an Oricorio? Lie to me? You like lying? Lying's bad. Now come take this loss, little bro. Who taught you how to talk shit? That's a good question. I play fighting games. Are you running any capes? Yo, what's good, Austin? Top 3 scary Jody moments. I'm just saying, like, I was putting Darkrai Giratina in the top tier during my tier list, like, section. And people were like, ah, yellow bird, lay yellow bird. I'm a Redditor. I use my lay yellow bird. No, motherfucker. You're gonna lose, just like everyone else. Just like everyone else. You're not that guy. And it's okay to not be that guy. Me, I'm that guy. You're just the guy. And that's fine. Silver, look at my hand. Look at my hand and realize you lose. Put that away. So that you can get Sabrina. I'll show you it in a moment, you boy. No, this guy actually played it out. He didn't stall. I like how with silver I can show off even the trainers I'm not going to drop. That's true. Okay, so PK 275 is having an Espeon trouble. So if you guys see, today we made a tier list. And that tier list has Giratina and Darkrai at the top because it farms Espeon. But let's say you do not want to play Espeon Sylveon. You don't want to play Espeon Sylveon because Espeon Sylveon is, you don't want to play Dark Rhytino because Dark Rhytino is for the sweaties, and you prefer taking a shower. So what can you play if you still want to beat Espeon Sylveon? You can play Charizard Sylveon. That deck also is pretty good against them. You can also consider Flareon Leafeon. That deck has it's like an okay matchup. They both like want to go first going second. And then you have Guzzlord. Guzzlord is the other dark deck that you can use that kind of farms them. They kind of suck at energy management. So Guzzlord, even if you want to use Will, if you want to be quirky, can do it. You flip a coin, yada yada. Solgaleo has to be really good into them as well. And Darkrai Tyrogue is also, Darkrai Baby is going to always be good. You're always threatening the chance of one tap. What list would you recommend for Zard? Let's make a Zard list for you. What's this mess? S tier? This mess is like, I don't want to shit on. I think that there's no deck better than Darkrai Giratina. In fact, you know what, S tier? You can just as easily say tier 0. Right? But it's just Darkrai Giratina. Then there's tier 1. This is 1.5. I think that there's no deck better than Darkrai Giratina, and a Darkrai Giratina just blows everything else out the water. That's just how much better it is than everything. But I think that these decks are still tier 1 in their own right? They're just not better than Darkrai Giratina. And that's the issue. They're just not even close to as insane as what Darkrai Giratina is doing to the meta. Darkrai Giratina with silver. So this is the deck I'm using. For some reason, you can add potion somewhere. So if you can add potion over either red card, not red card, Mars, Guzma or red. You can add potion somewhere. So do with that information as you would. Show the Zard deck that's Thiamps Espion. Sure. Do I have it somewhere? Oh, this is my tournament deck. Why not? Which one's this? This looks like it can do it. Let's see what's in this deck. Oh, here, I'll fix it for you. You can use Guzma or you can use red. Red is probably better because it can hit Crobat, which is another deck you now struggle into. And there's not enough Solgaleo deck, not Solgaleo. You know the card I'm talking about. You don't need X speed either. That can be like red card, sure. It could be Mars. It's probably Mars. It can be silver as well. But this is the base. Just make sure that you have like red, I guess. Have your double lilies. New Eevee is better. Red can deal with Steel Apron. Yes, Red can deal with Steel Apron Solg. If I'm Solg, I'm still playing lefties. In fact, if I'm a Solgaleo player, my list has not changed from last season. Yeah, you have Cape over red card. That's valid. I like red card. Would you care to try? That's what we started to stream with off, actually. We started to stream with Magby, Flareon, Sylveon. I think it's a fine deck. Why are you not recommending X speed? Because sometimes you want more cards. It's not I'm not recommending it, but sometimes you just want more cards. Is that better than Leafeon for which deck? Sylveon, Espeon? Ugh. I think I will play until we lose, which is probably going to be soon. Is that better than Leafeon? Oh, Flareon Leafeon's way better, yeah. But the Magby version is fun. Can you show your Flareon Leafeon version? Sure, it's the same as everyone else in tournament, though. It's just literally Sabrina Mars. Maybe some are running silver now. Would you say Zard is the easiest deck to grind rank with? Maybe? Probably? Like, probably? Oh no! Oh no 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 no. Oh god, they have everything. They have everything. And they have the leaf cape. Oh god. Oh god. Maybe I should have Sabrina. That was a bad play. I should have Sabrina. I realized the better play was to Sabrina. Exactly what Yabai said. And that's fine. See, I made a bad play. And now I get to cry about it. Oh my god, you're actually blowing mine. Okay, I lose if they flip heads once. Therefore, I should Sabrina. I should have Sabrina the last turn. It would have saved me 2 turns. 2 Shaman for sure. Double Will. This is low Master Ball. Yeah, low Master Ball is just William Fest. Like I said, like low Master Ball is just low Master Ball. It's okay to be bad. There's nothing wrong with being bad. There's nothing wrong with using meme decks, right? But this is what low Master Ball is. It's these type of decks, right? It's just like literally like Ultra Ball Plus. Which is like also fine. Wait. Wait a minute. Why didn't he evolve? Yeah, what the heck? No potion? I probably forgot a potion is all. True, technically this guy's using a Dark Tina killer. This guy's using a Dark Tina killer is all I'm gonna say. This deck is a Dark Tina killer. I don't think I Mars them here. Like technically, this is your Dark Tina killer. They had no. It's not when you. They had their stage 1. They chose not to evolve. They literally chose not to evolve because this player is an Ultra Ball player in sheep's clothing, in Master Ball player's clothing. Celebi. Toxic. Buongiorno. Unfortunately, I lost though. Look, they're playing leftovers leafy. I think the worst part of this chit chat, I think the legitimately worst part about this is I'm probably still gonna lose to this. And that's the worst. That is legitimately the worst part of this is I'm probably still gonna lose. The odds of me losing are very high still. And I think that is awful. I'm going to lose to this deck. And it sucks. It sucks. They definitely have will and stuff. Right? Because like now they have a 50-50 and then I'm gonna Mars them. But this is just Shaman Eggy freaking slop. It's slop. They fucking rolled heads. Alright? They rolled heads. It's slop guy who lost. Dark Tina slopper calling another guy slop. He doesn't have will. He definitely has will in his hand. And I can't do shit about it. So I'm going to... cry. Fuck. I don't even know, man. But yeah. Game is gonna come down. No, he probably has will in hand at this point. He has 6 cards. Silver. Okay. Oh. Because he professed to research, Charlie. He played so bad and still wins. Like, no! Because this deck is so flipping bad. My opponent was even worse. How? How are you worse? The deck, how? We silvered them. We silvered them. Oh my God. My fraudulent deck played by fraudulent players. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to need a replay. We're going to do a fraudulent replay, like, indicator. Oh my God. Oh my God. Least emotionally invested. Come on, let's go find this. Let's go find this. This is the point of me where I freaking red carded them. Okay, let's talk about how bad this is. Okay, so one, I made a pretty bad play. I didn't click Sabrina. But then I silvered, right? We turn one silvered. We turn one silvered. We see their freaking hand. We see every card in there. They won the game. They won the game. You won the game. You won. Stand proud. It's over. I'm dying. I'm dead. I'm bleeding out on the floor, bro. You have Leaf Key plus the Executor. You're gonna execute me. I'm about to get cooked. So what does my opponent do? What does my 1450 Master Ball tier player do? What does their brain do after the Sabrina? Like, I Sabrina them. What do they do here? You could just put the freaking items in the freaking bag. Where freaking now I'm gonna freaking find you. Word to my mother. Just put everything. Just put everything. Put them. And they don't, right? And they don't. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you do that? You had the game. You could have had it all. You could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. You had my heart and soul in your hands. And you played it. You played it to the beat. Let's continue playing. Hello, Mr. Broadcaster. You are looking very charming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Satoru, for the I was just doing a little bit of a VOD review. Can we get an opinion on the Cherubi plus Sweets Relay deck? That Cherubi plus Sweets Relay, that's not even 1450 Master Ball House. I made a tier list, right, earlier today. And, you know, there's a tier for 1450 Master Ball House. That's where I'm at. If I was to make a tier for Cherubi, it would be YouTube content. Just made 80 points with Magby Flareon. That's sick. I think Magby Flareon's really good right now. I didn't put it in the tier list. I'd put it like tier 3, tier 2. Probably tier 2. I think I'd put it tier 2. Maybe I should add it to the tier list. It's a Great Ball 3 deck, yeah. You think this is the best Darkchino list? The best Darkchino list probably has a potion in it. If you want my honest opinion, the best Darkchino list probably has a thingy. A thingamajiggy. Where's a Alolan Mucky Axe? That's Great Ball 3 tier. That's Great Ball 3 tier. Grabussy. No. Oh my god. god! Oh my god! Oh my god. I'm cooked. Potion instead of drop and give you 10 bet. I can't do anything. I couldn't do anything. There was nothing for me to do. I've tried. What is this? Exactly what Cool Kiwi said. You're cooked indeed. Alright. We're going to drop and give you 10. And then I'm going to send you guys off. Alright. Put this in the bag. Alright. Can you guys see me? I'll push up this way. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my thoughts. You played like 5 games? I played like more than 5 games. The chest has to touch the floor. It just was on the floor. Thank you. Whew. My thoughts are drop 20 next stream. My thoughts are that I'm back. For you guys, I didn't stream over the weekend because I was in Seattle. But I'm no longer in Seattle. You know what that means? That means that I will be able to stream. But I'm going to send you guys to my brother. My actual, like, biological brother. Moxie Boosted. If you guys do not know, we were literally born in the same feather. So go watch some Pokemon. But I'll be back tomorrow. Where is Marcargo on your list? It beats Darktino. You guys are rage baiting me. You guys are rage baiting me. Oh, I'm being rage baited. Nope. Not answering that. Dark. That does not beat Darktino on paper. I'm stuck with you for a little bit longer. I'm stuck. Macargo, if you drop out of Worlds, can you crash out like that one esport guide? No, I don't crash out in real life. I think that if I dropped out of Worlds, I'd just play in the pocket open. But for now, I'm playing with my token? I don't know. I'm going to head out. Bye, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Next YouTube video is going to probably be the tier list. Run dual energy. Darktino does not run dual energy. It's just dark energy. Because you want attached a dark every time. But, yep. Alright, bye-bye.